Hello everyone. Have you seen this movie Lutera? It's actually set in a picturesque town of Manipur in West Bengal. Now the landlord, he goes to watch a jatra with his daughter who's supposed to be Sonakshi Sinha and she's supposed to be an aspiring writer in the movie. She has an asthma attack and because of the excitement and she's given some kind of medication and her father actually calms her down by narrating a story of an invincible king of the Bhil tribe whose soul resides inside a parrot. Now he tells her that she is this parrot, she is the parrot and within whom his life actually resides. Now just like all Hindi films, this girl, she drives the car on her own and then she bangs into a handsome boy and soon a love brews between both of them. She shares her passion of becoming a writer and of course he shares his passion of painting a masterpiece. Well, if you want to know the end of the movie, you will have to watch it. But I'm going to be taking you to a book which this movie was actually based on, and that is O. Henry's short story, The Last Sleep. Before I begin with the story, let me tell you about William Sidney Porter, better known as O. Henry. Okay, this was his pen name. He was an American short story writer, and his stories are known for their surprise endings and witty narrations. Some of his famous stories are The Gift of the Magi and The Duplicity of Hargreaves. Now, The Ransom of the Red Chief happens to be my favorite, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's about two men who kidnap a boy of 10 years old, and the boy turns out to be such a bratty, obnoxious boy that the desperate men who kidnapped him ultimately want the boy to be taken back, and they ask the father, the boy's father, they actually pay the boy's father $250 to take that bad boy back. So that's the beauty of the story. His endings, the endings that he has in his short stories are amazing, really amazing, because you cannot predict the ending. The Last Sleep is a short story from his collection, The Trim Lamp and Other Story. Now this story is set in Greenwich Village during the pneumonia epidemic. It tells us a story of an old artist who saves the life of a young neighboring artist. The old artist actually sacrifices his life for the young artist who is dying of pneumonia because she's giving up the will to live. Through her window, she can see an old ivy creeper gradually shedding its leaves as autumn turns into winter. And she believes that she will die when the last leaf falls. The leaves fall day by day, but the last lone leaf stays on for several days. The ill woman's health quickly recovers. At the end of the story, we learn that the old artist who always wanted to produce a masterpiece painting but had never had any success spent considerable time painting with great realism a leaf on the wall for the entire night. Furthermore, the old artist himself dies of pneumonia because he actually contracted it as he was out painting the entire night. He was in the cold and the wet and he contracted the disease. And the characters in this story are Sue, a young artist who lives with her friend Johnsy. Johnsy is another artist who has pneumonia but survives due to the presence of the last leaf on the ivy plant. And Berman is the old artist who actually sacrifices his life. He dies painting the last leaf, that is his masterpiece.